Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm Len, and how you guys doing? And welcome back to yet another Faction Focus Sunday. So let's get into it. And today we are taking a look at some of the barbarian factions. And today we are taking a look at the Boii. And we got a couple new factions here because these three, the Boii, Nervii, and Galatia, are coming with the Caesar and Gaul pack, I believe it is. So as the Gallic tribes, we still have plus 20% attack for all cavalry and plus 2 public order for every war against a neighboring faction. And as the Boii, you get plus 15% morale during battles in neutral or enemy territory. So that is probably the best on the offense conquest type of style. And migratory urges, wow. Minus 75% building conversion cost, which is very good for once you start capturing like other cultures. So let's get to the field and let's see where we have to work with. So here we are on the campaign map, where we start with one entire province of 2 cities in the basically right in the middle of everything. So this is where your hard starting position comes from. Because basically you can be attacked from all sides, so it's gonna be very interesting to see how the AI reacts to everything that's going on here. So if you take a look at diplomacy, you start at war with the Swabians, so you do have a minor direction on which to push towards, but the Marcomanni basically hate you as well. And basically the only friend you got is the Nori to the south. So secure a friendship over here, and that leaves basically all the like Germanic factions that you have to deal with first, probably, since they are the ones that are pretty freaking hostile towards you. So if we take a look at how this placement is, you're pretty close, so in forced march you can reinforce both settlements within a turn, but you can also go like straight over here. It's only 1 or 2 turns. Noria is 2 or 3 turns. Zubris is like 1 or 2 turns away. Leferdum is 1 or 2 turns away. So there is a lot of settlements within reach for either you to attack or to get attacked from. So it is a interesting starting position. With that being said, let's take a look at their armies. You start with 2 armies, Oathsworn, some light cav, some levy freemen, slingers, and this is just a smaller version of that. So from the base, we get to build Celtic slingers and levy freemen, basic crab units. Crab stacks can be good if you rush with them like really early on. As the barbarian factions, of course, we have like 2 or 3 different options for our military units. So the first is in the like exposed land, indoor enclosed land, like the greens buildings. You have the horses, which basically give you light horse, heavy horse, and noble horse, which is just decent calf, better decent calf, good calf. I've said it so many times, I don't know what to say anymore. Your main infantry building is the Artisan Lodge, which gets you start off Celtic Warriors, decent frontline unit, 2740. Sorry, I'm like shimmying out of frame. At tier 2, you get Axe Warriors, pretty decent, pretty decent units, and alongside some Spear Warriors for either frontline or flanks. At tier 3, you get Sword Followers and Veteran Spears, basically your upgrade from your Celtic Warriors and your Spear Warriors. And at tier 4, you get your Oathsworn, which is basically your best infantry unit and also your general unit. With a very steady 48, 45, and 69 melee defense. Nice. And with these 2 buildings, the first tier you get Spear Warriors as well, but for the rest you get basically nothing. We do have to mention this one, the Warrior Lodge. Normally there is not many units, basically none in here, but if you get the meeting grounds, you get the Naked Swords, which are a pretty decent unit, 3425. For a tier 2 unit, it's pretty good with a 15 bonus versus infantry, so that is actually pretty good. 69 melee defense is really good, but they have a 10 armor, so a little bit of a glass cannon idea, but a very decent one for a tier 2. So you could probably either go that, you could go both actually. So rush Celtic Swords and Naked Infantry, Naked Swordsmen, and then just beeline for their Germanic tribes. Also, we have the woodworks, so you get your skirmishers here and you get your bowmen and ballistas, and that's basically all you can get. So with that being said, I think there's not really much on this. Like, it is a hard start, but like you can rush for maybe in one turn. So move over here, start building units, and maybe get some mercenaries while you're building this, so get some Celtic warriors as well. I don't know, we're gonna just check what kind of army is in there. So they do have an army, so you do need a little bit more than this, and a 14 stack defense on the first. Wow, that's pretty heavy actually. So you might need this army to reinforce as well if you want to go balls to the walls and straight in. But you could do that, so within 2 turns you could have this Swabian settlement, which gives you a base of operation in the entire faction, and it helps out because they're just dead within 2 turns. As in this is Total War or any other challenge campaign, this is going to be difficult. Like I said, you have like options that basically every faction around you can get towards your settlements within 2 or 3 turns. So with that said, you probably need to be or very aggressive or very defensive, and just weather the storm and see if you can expand between that. Although you do have a gold mine, so you do get pretty decent industry and pretty decent money from that. But yeah, you still have not a lot to work with in the early game. So with that being said, I think that's basically all I can say about the Boii. So interesting faction, a bit of a challenge if you want to. There's not much, like there's not a lot of specials like probably most Germanic and Dacians and other barbarian factions that you're fighting, unless you get all the way over to the east or towards the south. There your challenges lies against the massive armor amounts that these factions have. So you're probably best suited just to go rack up some land over here and then go further from there. But with that being said, I think that's most of all what I have to say about the Boii. So with that being said, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.